how are you doing? I hope extremely well. And it is that time again, can you believe it? We have reached to teaching 4. Great. So I hope that you have been doing your work. I hope that you've taken the time to go through the teachings 1, 2, and 3. That was, as I expressed, really to start giving you the foundation that you need, the understanding about the instrument, how to maintain the instrument, and how to warm up your instrument before we get into the details. And today's teaching is where we actually start with the technique and the tools that I be giving you, that I will be giving you, sharing with you, so that you could take your vocals to a higher level. So are you ready to continue this journey with me? I'm so excited. And if you guys have been on point, thank you so much. I'm just so proud of the work that you're doing. If not, I'm encouraging you to get on point and you won't regret it. Okay, so are we ready to delve into today's teaching? Oh, well, let's begin. So the title is, guys, so as I said, this is where we're going to be starting with the technique. It's to sing the way that you speak. So that is the tool, that is the basis of my development. Every technique, I will bring it back to show you exactly that's what you do when you speak. All right, but here we go. Let me explain to you why. First, you have to understand why. I'm going to give you convincing facts of the reason why you should do that and nothing else. So let us begin. Okay, guys, so here we go. The reason why you want to sing exactly the same way that you speak, here are some reasons. Number 1, do you realize that you can have a conversation for hours on end? Never once you focus on your voice. Never once do you say, I'm tired, or there's any pain. You don't even have an internal conversation. You are just conversing, you're expressing. You can stop that conversation and you could begin another one for another 3 hours. And the longevity and it's crazy. You can talk for hours, literally, and not get tired. Interesting. Wouldn't that be amazing that you could actually accomplish the same thing when you're singing? Correction, when you're playing your instrument? Point number 2. Reason why you need to understand the importance of singing the way that you speak. So we just established that you can speak for a long period of time, not get tired. And hey, look, let me take it even further. Those hours or those minutes that you're speaking and you have no strain, please do realize that all the fluctuations that you're doing and the movements and the pitches that you're creating within those 3 hours is the same thing that you're trying to achieve in your singing. You can't even last for 2. Watch, if I go, hey, how you doing? Okay, take care. How was your week? I hope do you see that? How was your week? I hope that, and you are doing that for 3 hours. That means that you're going from your high register to your middle register, your low, and you're flipping in and out in conversation. And you can do it for 3 hours and you can't even last for 3 minutes in a song before you start going, or having that internal conversation. Very interesting. Okay. Point number 2, which is, again, look at this. One of the reasons, again, that you could speak for a long period of time is because you use the exact ear needed. The moment that you speak or that you're using excess air, even your body knows that that's not natural, that it cuts your speaking ability down to a minute if you're lucky. So you could go from 3 hours, no problem. But the minute you apply excess air, you can't even last for 5 minutes. Let's try this. I want you right now to just tell me how your day was. Talk to me. I don't know, how was your day, or something that was a highlight? Just talk. I don't know, how was your weekend? You're talking to me. I'm listening. I'm hearing. Just continue talking, okay? Just be aware of how it's easy, the flow, how I'm expressing myself to you, okay? Good? You see? No problem. You could do that for 3 hours, have a conversation. You will never stop to begin an internal conversation because it's comfortable, you feel good, and you're relaxed and you're expressing yourself. Good. So now I want you to either repeat the same thing or say something different, but I want you to add the excess air like this. So, today I did this and I had an appointment. I want you to do that. Have a conversation. Go. Keep going. What are you realizing, guys, as you're doing this? And if you're doing it properly and you're going, okay, all right, listen, what's happening? You're feeling tired already in your vocal cords. I'm sure that there's stress, there's tension, and in your mind you are starting to have an internal conversation because it's not feeling comfortable, it's not feeling right. So watch this. If your natural body will shut down when it's doing something that is not natural, can you imagine the damage most of you have been causing yourself, your body, instrument, because of the excess air? Look, simple. Before the excess air, you were able to have a conversation for a long period of time, right? The minute that we brought in that excess air, that's where you started feeling the strain on the throat, feeling uncomfortable, didn't think you could continue for another, 2-3 hours. Bingo. That's the number one thing that we have to correct when it comes to your singing or when you're in your playing mode. The biggest mistake that a lot of us make, both singers, is that all of that air. So that's one thing that we're going to nip in the bud. Yes, you do need air, okay, as we expressed, in order for you to create the sound. But that excess air, it's being able to have the right amount to keep the vocal folds vibrating in order for you to create your sound. Okay? Got? See? Interesting point. Here's another reason why you want to sing the way that you speak. Now, if I'm calling for someone across the street, for example, hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Hey, you good? You had a great week? Okay, see you next week. Bye. Did you see that projection? I had no problems. I could have continued like that. My voice, there was no strain, that power. Hey! Okay? And I did that in my natural speaking voice. I didn't have to think about it. It just came like that, and that power was there. Now try to be able to sing with some of you who's like, I don't have power. I don't have stamina when I'm singing. But yet you do have it when you're speaking. Do you see where I'm going with this? So imagine that you can sing for hours on end and not get tired. And we're talking about going through all those your registers up and down. Imagine the power that you can project at your command on command that you're able to do when you speak. Think about the longevity, the vocal freedom that you could experience, the same thing that you experience when you are speaking. I'm here to tell you that all of that is possible. Why? Because you have to understand that your speaking voice and your singing voice, guys, are one in the same. The only difference is, the only difference is that your singing voice is an extension of your speaking voice. So the only difference that you need is when you are in your singing mode, you need more air to extend the note. That's it, that's all. So if I go high when I'm speaking, when I need to sing now, high. That's it, that's all. So what you're doing when you're in your singing mode is it's extensions. You're extending. So if that's all that it is, guys, then you should pretty much be able to achieve the same thing that you already naturally achieve in your speaking mode. So to make it even clearer for you, let me break it down like this, Your speaking mode is equivalent to an automatic car. You don't know what happened. You're not aware of when the changes are being done. You're just getting in the car, you're turning on the diction, pushing on the gas, and you get to the destination. Everything is automatically done. See, that's why you can talk for hours. It's already well positioned. The ear is well proportioned. Everything is already automatically done when you are in your speaking mode. However, now your singing mode is equivalent to a manual car. So the thing is, the same build, same functions, okay? It means you'll get to your destination. The only thing is, with the manual, you have to be present. You have to shift the gears. And the reason why you have to shift the gears when you're in your singing mode, so it's because of the extension. So if you're going to sing a certain thing, you're shifting the mode because you are extending it longer than when you would in your automatic mode. Does that make sense for you? Are you understanding? So if I go high when I speak, when I sing, again, high, high. One and the same. One is just an extension, and because of an extension, you need to be present, okay? Because automatically you have to be there to keep the extension, okay? And that's as simple as it is. To be there, that means you need more air to keep that extension. And there you have it. That is the secret. There is nothing complicated when it comes to understanding how to sing, because you have to do it exactly the way that you speak, so that you could achieve the same vocal freedom, longevity, projection, power, vocal ease, stamina, attitude, expression. It's so easy for you to bring that expression through when you're speaking, as I'm doing right now. Okay, so you should be able to do the same thing when you are singing, when you're in your singing mode. And that is the teaching for today. What we're going to do now is going to go through exercises so that you can see the two and you can marry them. And that you'll be able to feel as in control when you're in your singing as you are when you're in your speaking. That control that you can, the articulation, the movement, the attitude, the character, the everything, the dynamics, okay? Want to be able to bring that across into your singing mode. That anchoring feeling that you have when you speak should be the same that you have when you sing, guys, okay? But I'm going to take you through the exercises, and we're going to do it step by step that you're going to see they're actually one and the same. And here is another very important key thing, and that's what we're going to be practicing. Do you know why you can speak for hours on end and not get tired? We did discuss the fact of the airflow, okay? But there is an automatic release. That's why you don't need to learn all this big breathing technique when you're speaking. Because the only reason why you have to learn to have a good breath control when you're singing is because we already established that when you're in that extending mode, you need more air to sustain and create that sound. So that's why in order for you to extend and sustain the air, you can't do it up in your upper chest. That's why we've learned the technique, which has to be something later down the road, that you have to learn to breathe and place your ear into the lower part of your lungs so that you can have that ear to supply and support that extension needed when you are in your singing mode. So when you speak, guys, it's hi, done. That's it. Okay, take care. How are you? Did you have a good day? Oh, okay, gone. That's why you don't have problems. But when you go hi, okay, and you don't know where to position it, and you're holding it in areas where you're not supposed to, that's where it becomes complicated. But if you could learn to place your singing voice right exactly where your speaking is, and it's released immediately, you will experience vocal freedom. So if I go, Amazing Grace, how sweet this. Hey, Amazing Grace, Amazing Grace, Amazing Grace, Amazing Grace, Amazing Grace. Ace. Anyways, we're going to go through the exercise. I'm going to show you how to do that. That's exactly where you should be positioning your voice. Because do you talk like this? Hi girls, how you doing? What's up? Do you talk like that? It's so not natural, and you will not be able to speak for a long period of time. So why are we learning these things that are not natural? Amazing Grace, Shalom. What's that, guys? So we want to learn it to be natural. Hey, Amazing Grace, Shalom ways. Hey, ways. Okay, A's, be mine. So the positioning of your voice, guys, must not be internal, but it needs to be released external. Okay? Anyhow, I'll go through that with you in the exercise video in detail, but you need to understand the theory behind it, okay? And that's the reason why you want to be able to sing the way that you speak. They are one and the same. Your singing voice is an extension of your speaking voice. Your speaking voice is equivalent to an automatic car, and your singing voice is equivalent to a manual car. And once you understand to be in the moment, to shift the gears, then guys, you're halfway home. That's it. That's all you need to understand when it comes to being able to produce incredible vocals. Great. So there you have it, the theory for week 4, and the exercise video will follow. Great. Okay, guys. Bye.